Hey guys, welcome to the RMCV channel. This time I'm going to show you one of my favorite builds so far. This is my own version of the M41A Pulse Rifle from the Aliens movie. This version is based on a Nerf Stampede. We have the charger here, so with the darts. It was upgraded with 3D custom parts. Some of them are functional. We also have a functional ammo counter. We can turn it on here. And also a range of modern tactical add-ons like an ACOG style sight, a tactical flashlight and a laser. And we have even a motion tracker. This is the motion tracker. We can attach it here. You can learn how to build one of these. This is based on an iPhone 4 and it is adjustable. So you can put it like this. You have the link for this build on the description of this video. So I would love to hear what you think about this version, what are its advantages and its disadvantages. So drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. So let's get into it and check how I built this beauty. So let's dive right into the build. Many of the 3D components were redesigned by me especially for this build. Everything was printed in PLA on a Creality Ender 3. The base blaster is a Nerf Stampede, an older fully automatic electrically powered Nerf gun. For this project I upgraded it from the original 9-volt battery system to a 12-volt lithium battery for better performance. To transform the Nerf into a pulse rifle, I had to cut away all the unnecessary parts without compromising its firing function. The result actually resembles a compact Uzi when stripped down. Since this project was entirely scratch built, I had to improvise, resizing and modifying printed parts along the way to ensure everything fit together properly. One of the most iconic features on the M41A is the digital ammo counter. I wanted mine to actually work, so I needed to run a power wire to the area where the counter would go. Before sealing the body, I tested the circuit to ensure it worked, and then cut an opening to pass the wiring through. Next, I began gluing some of the 3D printed parts using epoxy. I couldn't resist doing a test assembly of the rest of the parts to get a first look at how the M41A was shaping up. As part of the upgraded version, I wanted to include a laser, and I found an affordable laser unit that also includes a flashlight. I designed a custom mount for it. Since the M41A and the Nerf Stampede have very different magazine styles, I had to make the original Nerf magazine compatible. I measured the fit, marked the cutting line, and after trimming, I epoxy glued the bottom of the magazine in place to match the M41A look. By the way, if you are enjoying this build, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so don't you miss future projects. Then, I designed and printed a set of parts for the outer shell and battery compartment. These covered all the trimmed areas of the Nerf and gave the old blaster a unified look. Using epoxy again, I glued all the parts in place. At this point, the Pulse Rifle was ready for finishing. To cover the gaps and visible layer lines from the prints, I mixed talcum powder with UV resin to make a thick paste. Using a plastic card, I applied the mixture to all the seams and gaps, and then cured it instantly using UV light. Then came the sanding, and lots of it. I used grits from 180 to 320, smoothing everything down for paint. After sanding, I sprayed the filler primer and sanded again. Once satisfied, I painted all the metal parts in matte black. Once the black dried, I masked them off and sprayed the outer body in military green. Peeling off the tape is always one of the most satisfying moments in a project like this. With the paint done, it was time for detail work. I gathered various screws of different sizes and installed them in the strategic spots across the rifle for realism. I also mounted Picatinny rails which later held the ACOG scope, tactical light, laser, and the portable motion tracker. By the way, check the description for a link to that project. It uses an iPhone to simulate motion tracking. Back to the build, I added extra detailing both to enhance the look and to hide minor imperfections. The barrel is the original Nerf barrel, now capped with a 3D printed suppressor. It doesn't affect the blaster firing ability. I painted small accents using my favorite metallic paint and used dry brushing to give the black parts a warm metallic look. Using a sponge, I added paint chipping effects, especially around the edges and eye contact areas. Then, I applied the black wash to add grime and realism. With everything painted and aged, I installed the grenade launcher and attached the sling mount. The link for the sling is in the comments. The ACOG style sight was one of the stars of this build. After printing, I gave it the same UV resin treatment and sanding process. Primed it, sanded again, and then painted in matte black. Even the lenses were printed. They were sanded smooth, painted gloss black, and finished with a layer of green candied tint. I added extra screws for realism and gave it just a bit of weathering to match the rest. The laser and flashlight mount also got the weather treatment before being installed on the side rails. For the ammo counter, I wanted it fixed at 42. I soldered all the components, connected the positive and negative terminals to the Nerf wirings, and glued the counter in place and tested it. For a closer look at the ammo counter build, there's a full video. Check the link in the description. The final step was to glue on the specification plate for the Pulse Rifle. And that's it, the build is complete. I just love this upgraded version of the M41A Pulse Rifle. As a massive Alien Saga fan, I'm truly in love with this build, how this turned out. And I hope you liked the final result as much as I did. Let me know in the comments what you think about this version of the M41A Pulse Rifle. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next videos here on the RMCV channel. Thank you for watching.